Phones. At any point with jams, let me know.
Okay.
Għandu tendenza jgħid.
Alrighty then. So, let us recap. So I'm going to make a bit of a longer recap for today, okay? Just so we get a bit of an idea, even for Darton to have an understanding of what's going on so far in the story. So, after leaving what was known, or what is known as the Heart of the Islands, the party stepped through a fire portal. Now, just to explain, Darton, the Heart of the Islands is a place where elements are split, and there are different portals. There would be air, water, fire, and earth. The party has already been through... Which portals again? I think you've done earth. And you've done... Only earth?
No, that's it. Earth and now fire.
Yes.
Right. So...
We go through fire.
Mela, fire now.
We are in now fire.
I went through fire, Mela.
Yeah, you guys stepped through the fire portal, and you found yourselves in the island of Ash, a land suffocated by silence and ruin. Here, the city lies petrified, its people and buildings turned to stone as if caught mid-scream or mid-action by molten fire. Curious and weary, your group carried one of the stone figures towards the volcano in search for answers, but the curse began to take hold. Ryan's feet, Ryan is played by Jess, started to harden and stone very soon after. And shortly after that, Freya, who's played by Sarah, Freya's toes began to crystallize into ash-grey marble. The group retreated into the city and found records of miners who entered the volcano's depths and never returned. Following these clues, they ventured into the Eastern Mines, a place choked with dust and faint orange light bleeding from firestones embedded in the walls. Inside, they found the following. A couple of broken minecarts that are found inside the collapsed tunnels. Sigils burnt into rock, inverted and corrupted. And a deep bellow, a hanging corpse of a beholder, suspended from an arch by ropes. Now, Darton, just so I can explain what a beholder is, it's a creature that is like a big ball with a big eye and tentacles from its head with multiple eyes. These creatures are very scary to deal with, but lucky for them, they only found a corpse of one hanging from arches. The gruesome reminder of what once lived here. They also found 5 petrified miners huddled beneath the arch, frozen in terror. With Freya's investigation, they uncovered a fireproof amulet, a miner's badge, and a fire rubies, which she carefully collected with her mage hand. So, Freya has this ability with magic to create a hand, right, that floats around. And basically with this magical hand, because they don't trust whatever is here, to pick it up and put it in their backpack. When she later put on the amulet, the heart bursts. A heat bursts, pulsed right through her, and the curse surged, spreading the stone higher up her legs. Meanwhile, Rhaegar noticed, Rhaegar is played by David, a hidden alcove, a small room that contains boots infused with faint magic and energy, which Ryan decided to claim for herself and wore, realizing that this basically delayed the curse of her being petrified. Casimir, which is our wizard of the group currently, played by Andres, used his favorite group magic trick, which is detect magic, right, to reveal subtle flows of protective and suppressive enchantments running through the mines, as if the area was holding something back. Before they could leave, Ryan spotted something staring in the south tunnel. Movement behind the veil of orange light. When Rhaegar called out, no one answered. The group descended to investigate the southern chambers, finding mining pallets along the edge where rubies were extracted from the glowing walls. I don't know if you can see from Roll20 that's being shared at the moment. That's what we're describing right now. So essentially, those orange things in the wall, that is the described rubies.
All right.
The air grew heavier, warmer, as if the island itself was aware of their presence. Freya pocketed a glowing obsidian fragment, and just as the group prepared to move on, a deep rumble echoed through the mine. Not from the volcano above, but from somewhere within the tunnels themselves.
I slept through this last time.
Shame on you, David. Shame on you. All right, so
I don't remember what this arrow was for. That was directing where we are going or where we came from.
that's where you can keep going, because you came from the back end, from that part on the back, and you're moving inwards.
Okay.
Should we try investigating the gems, or if they're interactive or something?
Do you have time? Is the figure we saw looks like it's acting?
So, all right. So the red glow from the firestones fade in and out like a pulse of dying heat. The air is thick, heavy with heat, dust, and the scent of burnt minerals. You stand here in the southern chambers of the mine. As you explore, the pallet creaks under the weight of you. You want to investigate the ambers? Or do you want to venture forwards to see what the shadowy figure is all about?
The shadowy figure is like walking away from us. We might lose it, that sort of thing.
It's keeping its distance from you. While in the corner of your eye, from the little light you have around you, you can definitely make out a movement further south. It's not really moving away from you like running away. It's keeping its distance, but definitely you feel like you're being watched.
And we can assume that this is the same figure that I tried to speak to.
You can assume, yes, this is such.
That's the boys and girls.
I think since he followed us from like the other chamber, we would have like a teensy tiny second to investigate these a bit.
Yeah, massive.
All right.
So we're investigating the gems.
All right, who's going to give me an investigation check, please?
Rhaegar said it, no?
Okay, so
That was us who has the highest, but okay.
+4, Ian.
And +1. So let me
Okay.
do it.
Let's go.
Sad fight, huh? 15, good.
Laħa.
Ixċuċa.
So you rolled a 15, buddy.
Yes, 16, technically.
16.
I rolled a 15 plus 1, 16.
Okay. All right. So, really quickly, Darton.
Hello.
So, what happened here is basically Rhaegar walked towards one of the places where there's the firestones, and he's kind of he's investigating it by looking and all this stuff. And essentially, your character sheet has an investigation inside the skill that I showed you earlier.
Trid nagħmel share screen fuq il-character sheet biex kun naf x'qed nagħmlu.
If you want, you. I mean, if it's
Ma
okay.
nafx. Okay, he's okay.
Okay.
I shared my character sheet. I'm not sure if you're seeing it.
Yeah, taraħħa.
Screen. So investigation plus 1.
Per eżempju, id-damma tiegħek per eżempju ġiet 5 u l-investigation tiegħek plus 1 tiġi 6 allura. Eżatt.
U di and Beyond makes it easier għax ma ġem kull wieħed għandek dice. Kemm tikklikja u jirrolja ħila u jagħmellek il-plussu. Tidher hawnhekk.
All right.
So, David, I sent Rhaegar's results. So, you guys are seeing Rhaegar crouching down, getting close to the faint ambers that glow and flicker across his face.
The stones seem to be imbued in the cavern walls, and they aren't ordinary minerals. They're alive, pulsing veins of crimson, like molted blood trapped in rock. Right, and by touch, it's not just warmth, but it's a rhythmic heartbeat. The pulse seems to match my own, quickening for a brief moment before steadying again. Each beat seems to be sending a faint tremor through the ground, as if the mind itself responds to my presence, or rather, maybe our presence. I noticed something on the main. So the veins and the light twists seem to be converging into one direction, which is going deeper into the mind. So I'm assuming forward, where the arrow is, almost like roots following a current. Placing them with my eyes, I can see that they disappear into the southern wall, towards where the dragging sound came from. Exactly. So it's towards the arrow that we have on the map. Embedded in the cracks are faint markings, partly melted away. And I recognize them as fire sigils, once used for channeling protective wards, now inverted / corrupted. So it's similar to what we saw before entering the mine.
Even these are inverted?
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically says they were protection wards, now inverted / corrupted.
All right. So I thought there might be the correct version this time around. Okay. I was just going to add something. If Casimir would like to pay attention to these sigils we keep seeing, and if in some way he recognizes the correct version, he would like to take note of them somehow, taking a copy onto a piece of paper. If we should come across any the correct version of that sigil.
Well, okay, so in this case, Casimir, can you kindly give me a... let's see. Can you give me a... Okay, I'll give you two options, right? See which one fits better for you. You can either give me an Arcana check, right? Or a History check. The Arcana check will give you magical knowledge on what the runes were supposed to be, while a history check would be recalling from lore or old scrolls that you might have to see exactly if you remember how the sigils should have looked like.
They're both the same for me, but I would like to see. I think I would more want to. Technically, I know that if I find the correct sigil, it will go back to being a protective sigil. So maybe I will go for the history check in the hopes that it will help me recognize rather than understand.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I'll do that. Okay. 14.
A history check of 14. Alrighty. So, with a history check of 14, Casimir, you come beside Rhaegar. I don't know if you guys want to move your pieces to reflect, basically, cinematically where you are.
Okay. I don't know which one you went to. This one?
Assuming. Because it was the most accessible one.
Mhm.
Maybe this one.
So you crouch down and you kind of examine it. You flip through your mind and try to remember as many pages as possible from the times you were in your wizarding school and studies, trying to recall if the sigils somehow can be reversed, what it should have looked like, and something does spring to mind. I sent you the information,
Yeah.
but okay.
I'm reading it very quickly.
Mela, till he reads through, do I notice any difference in the amulet since they seem to have the same rhythmic heartbeat? Any different aura or something like that?
So, basically, Casimir can recognize the sigils, but only partly, because they have been warped by the elemental energy that is flowing through these mines. But as he tries to recognize what they might have looked like originally, the distortion is too much to risk at this point trying to change them or modify them in any way, because one wrong move with these with trying to restore the sigil could actually have the opposite effect and might release whatever there is buried or further down below. But basically we need to try to remind, if that is the correct word, what these sigils were supposed to be binding. So that's all I have for the moment.
Okay.
Guys, whilst you're looking at these stones, the amulet that I put around my neck, the one I took from the miners, it's kind of like flickering to life. It's the first time it's done so. It's like it's a heartbeat struggling to remember its rhythm. But when I went near the runes and Casimir's hand brushed the old sigil, the amulet glow strengthened. It's like it's syncing with the stone veins running through the mine walls.
This, just as a reminder, this amulet was the one which accelerated the curse when you wore it, or was that something else? Remind me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
And is it still accelerating the effects?
Oh, well, if Freya looks down, she starts to realize it's gone past her ankles.
And I can hear sort of a whisper. It's not clear, but what I can understand is bound flame, forgotten name, heart below. The closer I am to these things in the walls, the warmer it becomes. It's not painfully, but it's alive. It's reacting specifically to the altered sigil. It's as if the amulet remembers this place. So it's kind of clear that this isn't just magical jewelry. It's a key or a conduit tied to the original words that kept the island's fiery essence stable.
Okay. Shall we try to move forward? Just in case the curse keeps progressing.
I think so.
Yes, please.
What about Ryan? Since she wore the boots, has the petrification stopped or has it healed?
It has stopped so
No.
far.
Yes.
It hasn't healed, just not progressing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So how would you guys like to move forward at this point?
Is this the only path forward, or is there something even here and to the bottom right?
That's just another small room similar to the one that you had previously found, like not larger than a closet, you know?
Should we look in it? Maybe we'll find something useful before we go down.
We can.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to use the potion of greater healing that I had, that because I'm still at 11 health, and just in case this thing is hostile, I'd rather have it on.
I don't think it's a good place to rest, no? Short rest.
No, it's best. I don't think we have time is not on our side at the moment.
No.
I'll wake up as a rock if we do that.
Inġorruk jienu Ryan fil-kas.
Titfawni bil-vulkan għal-isfel għal-għadu.
All right. So Casimir points out that there's this little room onto the sides, and while you guys approach, he decides to take his health potion. Meanwhile, so as you step towards the narrow opening in the stone, the entrance is barely wide enough for one person at a time. The air inside is very still, it's dry, it's thick, and it is just dusty. As your footsteps crunch against the blackened gravel, with the light around you, you get to see inside the small room. There are old miners' belongings fused into the floor by some ancient blast of heat. Melted tools, warped pickaxes, a few coins melted together like wax, but nothing really stands out against the back wall. They are partially buried in ash, and there's also what seems to be a small stone chest, which seems to be untouched by anything molten that has ruined anything around it. Its surface bears faint glowing carvings similar to the sigils you've been studying here, but they are not inverted in this case. They glow faintly, amber, pulsating with the rhythm of Freya's amulet. The air feels charged here, like the room itself is holding its breath. Would you like to investigate the chest? Open it? Maybe check the runes first?
I think Freya, since you have the amulet, maybe you'd like to check, or maybe whoever has the highest investigation.
Kidding me? I'll investigate the runes first, then continue on to the... Or they're two separate things.
And the runes are on the chest, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Check for traps.
So, did you roll a 12 there?
Yes.
Jesus, you rolled a 12 with a +8? Am I seeing that right?
Yes,
My-
I did.
Okay. Very interesting. What was the original roll? I'm just curious at this point. That was a 4. Okay. It's been a long day. I can't do maths on the fly. Okay, so a total of 12 with an investigation check on the runes. Let me get that information for you, Freya. 1 second. By the way, in the meantime, while I do that, my God, Darton, if you have any questions, if you want to understand what's going on, feel free to interrupt and ask away, okay?
Okay, no problem.
How are you finding it so far?
Okay, interesting. Right now you are investigating, and you rolled a 12, right?
Mhm.
So
She rolled a 4, and it is it becomes at 12 because as a character,
investigation +8. Okay.
as at
All right.
Depending on the roles, we get the information. If it's a good
Yeah.
role, we get quite extensive information. If it's
Alright.
not so much, it depends what we roll, kind of it.
Exactly, okay. Fimtek. Issa, għedin investigaw. What are you investigating right now?
it's a chest with some runes on
Okay.
it.
The runes on a chest.
Alright.
So while some things you won't be able to see them in the picture, this is where the narration and theater of the mind, we call it. So basically use your imagination with what I'm describing, right? So I described what they see in this little room where everything around them is melted, pickaxes, coins and everything. But the only one thing that is not touched by whatever melted these things is the stone chest. And when you look at the
Okay.
stone chest, there's very clear evidence that there are these runes, these markings on it. Now, I gave them 3 options. They can either open the chest, they can investigate the chest, or they can investigate the runes on the chest. Freya decided to take the action of investigating just the runes for now.
Alright.
And now with the 12, I sent her the information privately to what she finds out. And then she can decide what information she wants to tell the party. Usually, because they're all friends, they tell everything in their own version from their character's perspective.
Okay. The character, can he not say to the other players and keep the secrets for himself?
Oh, yeah, if they
Yes.
choose to, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Alright. Interesting.
The only thing I can see is like I'm pretty sure these aren't ordinary protective words. They're binding runes. They're ancient ones. Their design is similar to the elemental sigils etched throughout the city above. But these actually seem cleaner, truer. They're not corrupted like inverted marks we've seen before. But something really feels off. One of the runes is actually slightly cracked. There's a thin fracture running through the center glyph. It's not enough to break the spell, I think, but it's enough to make the magic unstable. When the air above the chest kind of ripples with heat distortion, there are faint sparks of orange light crawling along the edges, like veins of fire beneath the stone. The amulet around my neck is beginning to vibrate faintly, and its glow is sinking for a moment with the rhythm of the runes. But then there is like a pulse. A small burst of warmth radiates outward. It's harmless, but it actually gave me a fright. It's like the chest just breathed.
This time it's the correct version, just that there's a crack on the runes.
And my instincts are telling me that this magic is alive. It is not something that is dormant, and it is still linked to the elemental essence of the island.
Or could be a sort of mimic. Or what
I thought
they're
of that
called.
before, but I didn't want to ruin it.
What's a mimic?
Bitey, chesty.
A mimic is when
No.
you open a chest, basically, and it's literally
Chesty.
alive.
Alive.
Yes.
But
Uh-huh.
I think since I'm feeling that it is linked to the elemental essence of the island, it's something that could be good.
I mean, you wouldn't know before you open it, so.
Okay, so
And I'm
the
sensing that
instinct is leave it alone, but oh, sorry, go ahead.
Complete. Xiex konta tajt?
The instinct is leave it alone, but I can't help it, so I'm gonna open it.
Okay, I agree. Because my instinct is that it's part of the elemental island of the island, and it should be good, so we can open it.
Ryan, takes a lot to
Ryan.
step back.
Fil-losta. Ejja, barbarian. Qoddim.
Expecting explosions.
Flash explosions. And I also note, can Rhaegar note to Casimir, since you investigated that gem and the sigils on this trunk, on this chest that we found, are the correct ones, Is there any link? Could it possibly help you decipher the corrupted ones, since you now know what the correct ones look like?
That is what I would like to do. But did you not say that there was it one of them or all of them seem to have a crack to them, or a slit? You said.
One of the, let me recheck, but I think it was one of the runes is slightly correct.
The glyph in the middle, you said. Like of the center.
The center glyph.
So, can I try to, before she opens it, can I try to, I don't know, copy them onto a piece of paper just to have a copy of what they look like original for future reference?
Sure, no problem. So,
I mean, I can copy the cracked one as well, but I will keep note that it is obviously defective.
just bear with me a moment. So,
because if these are protective, it could, for some reason, be that they are. Because if they were originally meant to protect or bind whatever creature or entity is further down the road, it could be that for the same reason it is protecting the contents of this chest against this creature. But of course, that's just a theory.
enjoy, Casimir. And that's the best I can tell you.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot to read, so if you wish to continue, continue.
All right, so Freya, you decide to open the chest?
Yes.
Okay. So, Freya, you slide your fingers along the carved surface of the chest, feeling the subtle heat radiating from the runes. The amber glows and also seems to pulsate in the rhythm of your own heartbeat, as though the chest is aware of your presence. With a distinctive push, the lid opens smoothly, almost unnaturally, so the centuries of ash, dust, and stone seemingly fall away to your touch. The light from the runes inside flares briefly, bathing the small chamber with a warm golden orange glow. Inside the chest lies a collection of items that immediately draw your eye. So,
Which immediately, sorry?
draws her eyes.
Draw your eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a cluster of gemstones. They're each glowing faintly with elemental energy. Their colors are shifting between red, orange, and deep golden hue, like sunlight and fire. There's an intricately carved obsidian dagger. Its blade is thin and black as night, but it has faint veins of red-orange pulsing along its edge. It's like it's holding a spark of a living flame. And then there's a small folded parchment sealed with a wax emblem shaped like a coiled serpent around the sun. The seal faintly radiates the same warmth as the chest. I'm immediately drawn to the dagger, but
Obviously.
Gee, I wonder
The
why.
description was meant for you. The description could have been written Mora on the side. Oh, sorry, Freya on the side.
لا مورا. لا sorry.
لا Freya.
No, confused, sorry.
Yeah, Freya.
In fact, I was going to ask, was it Mora or Freya that had that dagger related to blood?
Freya.
Freya? Okay.
So I'm gonna remove the dagger from the chest and like show and explain what the rest of the things are for the rest of the group.
Okay.
Anyone would like the gemstones or the parchment?
The gemstones, are they similar to the ones you had found earlier? Those, I don't know, I don't remember if they were called gemstones or like fire rubies that you had found earlier.
No, these are different.
Different? Okay.
And can you repeat what's the parchment?
A small folded parchment, just a second, sealed with a wax emblem shaped like a coiled serpent around the sun. The seal faintly radiates the same warmth as the chest.
Would you like to open it? The seal is just a wax seal, no? Like they used to do with the envelopes.
I think it has some sort of magic though, since it's radiating warmth. But I don't think it's dangerous, since the chest wasn't.
The coiled serpent, does it look like anything like the serpent we've been encountering? Serpent of Shadow?
It has a resemblance, yes.
Very cool.
I think we should open it.
Well, since we're all seeing it, let me give you the image which Don sent me of the parchment.
Yeah. That's a son or a compass? Son, Yisun.
Son.
Who wants to take the parchment and open it?
I mean, if you want, I'll take it. I'll cast detect magic to see if there's anything dangerous to it.
Yeah,
Mala.
of course. No.
Because I still haven't read it all, Tajfiri, but looking at what you have here, the serpent so far I have not seen, but that sun logo that is underneath the serpent seems quite similar to what Casimir is seeing as he is studying the runes, sigils, because just a very, very brief idea. It's these runes that I'm copying. Basically, if I can copy them, are 3 concentric rings, each very one ring inside of another, and at the very center is a sun or core like logo, just like the one you're seeing on that seal. So tell you what I'm getting off of this seal. I'm getting an aura of divination and fire elemental magic. It's radiating warmth, and the runes are shifting slightly as I see them, as if it is reacting to my own magic. But since I'm not seeing any evocation magic, which is usually, or abjuration, which is related to wards and explosions, I'm going to try and open it.
Drum roll.
Voilà. That's not what I thought it would do. Okay. Alright. So, I was hoping for something a bit more dramatic from that one, but okay. Never mind. So Casimir carefully unfolds the fragile parchment. The paper feels thin.
If you want, you want me to continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the paper feels thin and resilient, like it's made from treated elemental fibers, not just ordinary paper. However, the edges of the paper are still slightly charred and brittle, curled at the corners like they came into contact with fire. And it's still radiating a little bit of warmth from the seal, which is now obviously broken. The ink is giving off a golden orange coloration to it. And they're almost giving the appearance that the letters which are written here are flickering like flames. So at the top of this letter, there is this symbol of the coiled serpent encircling the sun, just like we saw on the seal. And below it, there is the following text. To those who find this chest and live to read the words, know that the fire of the island is both gift and curse. The veins of elemental energy that flows beneath these mountains are not tame. They are the heartbeat of this island. Misaligned, neglected, or inverted, they consume the unwary and petrify the reckless. The stones you see, the rubies and obsidian fragments, are fragments of the island's core essence. To manipulate them without understanding is to invite calamity. Yet there is hope. Should one approach with care, patience, and unity, the energy can be guided and restored. The nodes of fire are broken, their wards corrupted. To repair them, one must place offerings of elemental resonance, objects of fireborn essence, upon the sigils in the correct sequence, aligning them with the heart of the mine. Sorry, I don't know if I read that correctly.
Shall I read that for you? Maybe it's easier.
Yes, please. Just that bit. Yes.
Yeah, no worries. So, the nodes of fire are broken, their wards corrupted. To repair them, one must place offerings of elemental resonance, objects of fireborn essence, upon the sigils in the correct sequence. Align them with the heart of the mine. Beware, those unworthy will trigger the node's fury, unleashing heat and flames beyond imagination. Follow the light of the rubies and the obsidian dagger, for they are the keys to channeling the energy. But do not be seduced by power. The stones do not obey masters, only stewards. Keep your companions close and trust in their strength as you would trust your own. May the fire guide you without consuming you.
Basically, that was what was written on that letter. It still shimmers faintly with the magic that is imbued within. And it seems to be... Sorry?
Given what decision I took 2 seasons ago, 2 meetings ago, to be a guide, that seems to be speaking to Rhaegar as well. If not specifically. Do not let power...
Exactly. We basically need to let it guide us rather than force it to guide us. That's what that sentence seems to say. Finally, this seems both as a warning and a guide. That basically these rubies and the obsidian dagger are tools, not weapons. And the nodes must be approached carefully. Any reckless action could be catastrophic.
Okay. Who's holding what?
I just have the letter, and Freya has both the dagger and the rubies.
I have the dagger only.
The rubies are still in the box.
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
take them.
By the way, I removed the normal dagger from my side and replace it with this one so I can see if maybe it shines brighter or something like that till we understand what making us follow it mean. So I can keep an eye on it, sort of.
So, before we progress, I just want to ask 2 quick questions about the runes that were on the chest. Actually, 3 quick questions. So, one, was Casimir able to copy it to the best of his abilities?
Yes.
Okay. Second question. Freya had mentioned that one of them, or one of the runes or sigils, had a crack to it. Which one would that be?
This
Is it this sentence here? At intervals, tiny cracks or fissures run through the stone, almost imperceptible.
Yeah.
Is that it? So it's going through all of them then?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And finally, is it... can Casimir recognize that even though what we have seen so far has been corrupted, it is approximately similar to what I'm seeing here? So basically, when we looked at this gem here at the side, which Rhaegar was looking at, it's the same what was it called? The 3 concentric rings with the sun in the middle, just corrupted in some way.
So basically, when we say corrupted and inverted, basically you are seeing either the inversion is in the opposite direction, or inverted as in it's the like as if you grabbed an image and you inverted it, so it's from left to right, right to left. So in some way or another, the images you've been seeing around have somewhat been distorted, and it's not as it should be. Some of them even are missing certain parts of the rings, so in that sense as well.
All right, even the one which you saw at the beginning when we first entered the mines, there was one on, I think, runes or sigils on the floor that were supposed to be protective, but instead were corrupted so that they have the opposite effect. This was the same corrupted interconnected circles.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So, guys, what I want to do for now is let's take a quick 5-minute break because I really need to use the bathroom.
Okay.
All right. We'll come back in 5 minutes. So, in the meantime, if you want to discuss or get a coffee or get a drink really quickly, you can. Really quickly, Darton, how are you finding the session so far? Like, what's your feedback?
Okay, it's interesting. Basically, when they find something, you are giving them notes to read.
Exactly. So I send them private information that only their characters
Alright.
for their characters' eyes. It's up to them whether they share it or not. You know.
Okay. And you send it to them privately on Discord or in.
Yes, on Discord. So everyone
Okay.
everyone kind of has little notes here and there. So not every. So this way, when I narrate certain things, it's for everyone to know. But then when it's private, everyone kind of has their own notes on what's going on. Sometimes they as players, they will discuss amongst themselves what information they have, and they double check with each other to cross-reference notes, because the information in itself is like a puzzle.
Okay.
Okay, Mela,
Alright.
I really have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
You be right back
Okay.
as well. So let me just confirm if that is the same order we had
These are
them in
the
so
ones on
far.
the chest.
As that, the one on the chest, but at the same time, they are the same runes and sigils that we have been seeing. We saw it on those nodes that you are looking at, and also on the floor when we first entered the mines. But these are correct, where the others were corrupted.
Alright.
Yes, so somewhere I had written the order of the elements that you had seen.
Not to interrupt you guys, but I'm back. Okay, just to let you know. But carry on.
Yeah, basically, I just explained to them the runes that were on the chest, what it looked like.
Okay.
So I don't know if everyone else wants to progress further into the cave.
Did anyone collect the gems?
I did.
Alright. Awesome.
How many are there gems?
A cluster of gems. It doesn't specifically say how much.
I have a look at the gems just to identify and see maybe what they are. I'm grabbing them.
Okay. So 1 second though. Identification. So, I don't know why I said that. Ignore me.
Save it.
All right. So, David, I sent you the stuff.
Yes, I saw. All right. So it's also written. Okay.
Right. So, the air in the chamber grows warmer. A soft crackling sound fills the small space, like distant sparks leaping between unseen fires. The party now stands at a choice. You guys stand at a choice, right? You can either interact with the items you found, or you could explore further south into the mines, or you could obviously head back if you wish. Maybe you want to stay a bit here and strategize before moving forward. The choice is completely yours.
I don't know, guys, maybe you want to short rest. True. I don't know how you are stat-wise.
Depends on the cursor. If I don't know how far it is progressing on Freya. If it has stopped on Ryan, but Freya it's still progressing a bit.
It stopped on Ryan because of the boots.
As that.
Yes.
But
Not
you don't have
because,
any.
No. Not because kind of it stopped.
Yeah, like
we'll
that.
talk with Eddie instead.
I mean, after the potion, I'm alright. Not bad.
I'm full everything, so
Għandek bżonn xi
Jina not
healing.
bad.
Spell
45
slots, what?
55 HP.
Sorry.
Spell slots waħda biss.
Dawk anka jien qiegħda naqra law. Mhux ħafna ma.
All right.
Health wise.
So just to explain to
Sorry.
the new player really quickly your discussion at the moment in relation to short rest. So Darton, your character can become weaker, right? In the case of most of the fighters, it's usually their health that goes low. In the case of spellcasters like wizards, when you use certain magic, you end up using the mana slots or spell slots, which automatically means that you won't be able to use the same spell so many times in a day. So in order to get those back, your character needs to either short rest, which is basically you're going to sit down, create a camp, and just for an hour recuperate, but it won't give you everything back. Or your characters can decide to go to sleep. In this case, a full 8-hour rest will restore your HP and your spell slots because you're well rested. This is a mechanic in the game to make sure that everything's balanced. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, interesting.
So this is what they're discussing at the moment. At the moment, they're kind of saying, are we okay to move forward as we are, or do we need to take a break as our characters to get back what we lost previously?
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Go ahead.
it's up to you guys because I'm good.
And with a short rest, you wouldn't get spell slots back, so
No.
No, not really.
No, I'm okay for now, but I would recommend that as soon as we find a nice safe place, we take a good rest, because I think we've been going at it for quite a while. So I don't know at what point we'll be suffering from exhaustion. I don't know how long we've been going since the last rest we had.
I think we had a rest.
Yeah, the rest 2 sessions ago. So
Zan.
you're coming
can't remember
you're coming close to exhausting 24 hours of your day.
I like that. So that as soon as we feel safe, no curses, no enemies, I would recommend we take a good sit down.
So, Don, question above table.
Yeah.
Since I'm an elf, I don't really sleep. I go into meditative state, sort of, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
A trance. If a long rest replenishes spell slots, but the trance is 4 hours for a long rest, that means that a 4-hour trance can only give me back all my spell slots.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So mechanically in the game, because you're an elf, technically you don't sleep. You just meditate as your resting skill. In this regard, you would need only 4 hours, unlike regular humanoids, so humans and so forth, to recuperate them, which gives you a chance to kind of stay watch while the others actually have a proper good night's sleep.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Just asking, when they rest, all of the character needs to rest, or, for example, the wizard can do a magic, do something, and see if there is a curse around the area or evil, dark magic.
So the way resting works in game, they don't have to all technically rest. They can decide to say like, okay, I desperately need to have a sleep. 1 or 2 characters can go to sleep. The others could stay watch, but obviously because they're staying watch and not resting, technically they won't get the benefits from the rest, the ones that are staying awake. And something might actually happen. So, taking your example in this case, so let's say, for example, everyone but Casimir, who is the wizard, decides to go. Everyone goes to sleep but the wizard, and the wizard's looking around, trying to see if there's any curses, any other active magic. He's constantly staying awake, and he can look for these things in the meantime if he wants to. Yes, we've had cases. No, I don't think with this group in specific as much as memory can serve. But I've had groups where one of them decides to say, okay, I'm going to pretend to go to sleep. When I notice everyone is snoring, I'm going to go out and I'm going to check out this place that I've wanted to check out, And we run a little side thing happening, for that player while everyone's asleep. And everyone's like, why the fuck are you doing that? But, it happens.
All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Oh, sorry. But before proceeding, can I just quickly explain what I felt when I grabbed the clusters? So when I grabbed the cluster of Ruby cluster, it felt obviously hot, but there was like a comfort, but at the same time, a dangerous. It was dangerous resonance simultaneously. The rubies pulsate individually, but in harmony with each other, and like a heart of molten fire captured in stone. I also noticed that the light from the runes on the chest seems to flicker and bend towards the rubies, acknowledging that the items have been taken by a worthy hand, or at least one capable to focus. That's that.
So I think that's what was meant by like kind of following the items, since like
Yes.
you're feeling danger right now, and I think it will lead us at least in this area, no?
Mhm. Push now. We'll move towards the arrow.
Yep.
Out. Done.
Yes, but let them keep an eye out of what the dagger and the ruby are doing, because they are going
Yes.
to. But you have to let them guide you. So I don't know how it's going to work. Whether it's like they will pulse more, or
So
maybe give you visions.
So let's try one thing. I'm gonna try, and I'm holding the rubies in my hands, and I'm going to point in each direction. I'm gonna point north from where we came, west, east, and south, and try and notice any difference in the pulsating of the rubies.
And I stand next to him, mimic his exact directions, and see also if kind of it corresponds with his or just remains as is.
So, you guys hold out your newly found items, right? And you're pointing them in different directions. Now you're not quite sure which is north, south, east, and west, but I get what you meant, right? So, Rhaegar, you hold the fire rubies out in front of you, letting the warm glow pulse through your hand. Freya, you lift the obsidian dagger, veins of orange-red running along the blade, shimmering faintly as you point it along different paths. The moment you orientate the items, the chamber responds, almost as if sensing your intent. The amber runes on the walls flare subtly in rhythm with the ruby's glow, sending faint streaks of light across the stone. The dagger's pulsing energy reacts differently, however, almost quivering towards a corner of the mines you guys have not yet explored. The dark crevices where the light seems to bend towards it is unnatural. There's a soft hum that rises in the air. It's resonating through the walls and the floors, vibrating faintly through your bones. Rhaegar, the rubies emit a gentle pull, a subtle gravitational tug in the direction deep into the mine, which is further south. Freya, however, your dagger leans more towards this section. Let me just mark it for you on the map. Oh, no. Let me get the drawing thing. Okay. So, the dagger is pointing towards here.
And when we were coming through, did we see it as a path, or is it just like a small room, or we didn't notice?
So, over here, if you were to go to examine closely, it's not a room, it's not an entry point. There's a crack, there's a deep crack inside here that if you were to squeeze in, you'd be able to get through, but with difficulty. Perhaps maybe a gnome or a halfling would have better chances at fitting through here.
I think it would be a bit difficult like Ryan and Rhaegar, if you have a lot of armor on you.
I can
It'd be
shapeshift.
difficult.
I can't.
I can become a spider.
Mela.
Hmm.
And the fucked up thing is that I can only become a spider once, so I can't get out of that.
Twice?
I only have one spell slot.
Because you used
Yeah,
it, you used it
Where's the
earlier.
cantrip?
Okay.
No, wild shape to change.
Wild shape isn't a cantrip. No,
No.
not at all.
لا, not a cantrip, imma
You-
it's you
You
have two
two
wild
charges,
shape.
yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
special.
two
You
charges
can
per slot.
No.
2 charges per rest, per long
per day.
rest.
Mhm.
But they still take a spell slot.
No,
No.
That's why wild shape is separate from they have their own
I have another
charges.
one available because I had marked it when I became
no.
a spider to avoid the traps.
You used
Less
one for sure.
than-
You're left with one more.
You
So
need to
essentially-
check. You need to check out the wild shape box. Spell slots have nothing to do with them. And
So
I
if you
think
want-
there are some creatures. Sorry, أتنقطك كل ضربة.
لا right
Sorry.
complete.
I think there are some creatures which you can wild shape back instead of with another wild shape with a bonus action, but I'm not sure which one are they.
No, in fact, I did tick the wild shape box. Sarah.
Is that so?
And I know
So
I didn't tick the spell slot, most probably.
if you only have one left, you can only go in as a spider, but you need to come back as a spider as well. You won't be able to
Exactly.
transform while you're
check.
there.
Let me check. Spider. State, agency, sense, walker, redemption, replace wings, and intelligence. Revert form. You can leave the form early as a bonus action. Oh no. Me and Ryan cannot go through.
Decisions.
Hmm.
So, you guys want to voice what's on your mind?
What we can do?
Yeah.
I think he didn't hear your question.
I think so. I asked a question, Don.
Sorry,
To you.
there was a cut on my end. What was
I
that?
know. I asked, so so if we decide to try and go through the crack, how would it work? Would we have to roll some sort of athletics check, or is it definite that Ryan and I cannot fit?
You're gonna have to roll for an athletics check, yes. There is a chance you might get stuck there.
Lalach.
So
If you want, just to put our mind at ease, I can summon my raven. Can he pass through?
Raven, yes, can pass through.
So I don't know if does anyone have a disposable ring? Not disposable. I just want to tie it around his neck. I want to do something.
A ring.
A ring or a button, something I can tie around his neck with a little bit of string.
I can give you a ring I'm not using.
No,
Ring of jumping.
no, not a magical ring. That can be useful, just in case. Just in case I need to poof him out of there. It will stay there. I don't know. I think I have. I'll take a button off my robes. I'm going to tie it around his. Actually, someone else needs to do it, because as soon as I summon him, I cannot see through my own eyes.
Okay.
And I would like to cast light on that little button so that he can see when he goes through.
Okay.
That's clever.
Yes, a bit too clever.
The DM is getting pissed off.
No, I'm not. I appreciate a good mind, so we're good. We're good. Okay.
It's just to see what there is. Of course, my range with him is familiar. So he can only go up to 100 feet.
No worries. Okay. So with your... So you cast your familiar.
Mhm.
And essentially your familiar sees the following. So there we go.
Okay. And from which perspective am I seeing this?
From bottom to top.
Okay. So as I'm seeing through the raven's eyes, I'm explaining to the others that I can see what seem to be ruins. Okay, so not runes, ruins with an I.
Okay.
It's a very large, it seems like a very large space with a lot of sections to it. It is lit in some way. Those things that I'm seeing on the floor, those are dead bodies.
Yep.
And as I go a little bit further in, side, can I see, for example, if there's a way, maybe another entrance somewhere else? Maybe, for example, to the northwest, for example.
So the dark section in the northwest section, it seems to lead deeper in. You're not sure if there's any other way to get into this place.
Other than this crack.
But
okay.
Yeah. You're not sure what that leads deeper in. You're not sure if maybe traveling further around the mines
that's what I was thinking.
Will get you from the back end.
Yeah. If maybe the yellow arrow will eventually loop around maybe to that area.
Or possibly we can come back like we did for that room that we did, that cave. We came back to the room, but we could possibly consider coming back here just to investigate the crack.
All right. So I'm going to command the raven to come back, but basically that's all I could see. There was a lot of dead bodies, at least 10 to 20, it seems like, on the floor. Could I tell if they were, for example, miners or maybe the way they had died?
Unfortunately, because most of them are just bone.
Okay.
You're unable to tell.
Okay. Yeah, but there was a lot of dead.
All right.
And scattered about, Ijifir, not in one pile.
Let's follow the rubies, shall we? Or gems?
The rubies, I think, should be the option for now, until we have a way of getting smaller.
Or maybe like widen the area.
As the raven was going through this crack, how deep, how long did it take him to get through it?
I mean, it took less than a minute.
So just a couple of meters.
Yeah. It's not thin a wall for you to break through.
That's part of the mountain, no, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the mine here.
Okay.
Mela, no explosives, alright.
No. I don't want to set up explosions
Mounted
down here.
boom on our head.
That reminds me, David, do you still have the gunpowder on you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so you have means to make boom.
Yes, but
Okay.
I don't think I should make boom in the cave. That's cursed.
Probably mounted
And-
top on our head, boom.
And with fire.
And with
The element of fire.
I know
Everywhere.
I'm crazy, but don't give me more excuses to be crazy. And I already used one. I
Don't
think
do
I
it.
once.
Yeah, you did use one so far. Guys?
You let me use my country.
Okay. No, everyone went quiet for me. I was.
Not tight. Yo.
No, I
just
can hear
saying.
Okay.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
Hello?
I can
No,
hear.
I can hear
I
you.
can hear you, Jess.
Hear you. Yes.
Yeah, there was a moment
No,
of
I have five.
awkward silence. I was like, what's going on?
لا all good.
اوكي ما بديش اسمعكم. اوكي.
So شو هنعملوا boys and girls?
And now we go in.
Alright.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Into the mines we go.
I hope.
To the mines we
Nice.
go.
All right. So. All right, so traveling further south into the mines, following the pull of the gems inside Rhaegar's hands. You guys press south. The narrow walls of the mine seem to close in. The faint orange glow from the embodied stones flickering across jagged rock's face, casting long, unnatural shadows. As always, the air keeps feeling thick, heavy, the scent of scorched stone and faint metallic tang of blood, each step echoing ominously, the sound magnifying as if the cavern itself is listening. Then, in the gloom ahead, a shape emerges. At first, it is only a shadow, a distortion of a darkened self, twisting and pooling unnaturally along the walls. But as you draw closer, it solidifies into a figure that's 20 feet tall, standing impossibly still. Its form is vaguely humanoid, but elongated. Its limbs that stretch at impossible angles, and its head a featureless void, save for the two pits of flickering crimson light where the eyes should be, burning with malice. Its very presence seemed to struck warmth and color from the surrounding air, leaving a creeping chill in its wake. Around it, smaller shadowy minions coil and wither, their forms flickering like smoke caught in sudden wind. They whisper, they hiss, in a language that you cannot comprehend. A low, Sorry. You feel a chill crawl along your spine. Your skin turns cold and your heart uneasens. Every movement of these shadowy figures is jerky, unnatural, as though physics itself refuses to fully bind them. The shadowy figure gaze is fixed upon you, and even without words, it radiates a presence that speaks of hunger, wrath, and intelligence that is alien and cruel. The shadows around it ripple, reacting to its thoughts, lunging slightly towards you. A sinister dance of anticipation. The mind itself reacts, loose stones tremble, dust swirls, and the distant glow of rubies and daggers seem to diminish at this point for you. All you're left is the feeling of weakly sensations. For a moment, time seems to slow. You can feel the malice dripping from the figure like venom. The whispers clawing at the edge of your minds. Every instinct screams at any false hope that you might have to run away. Can you all roll me a wisdom saving throw, please?
No, it's good.
So we have Freya with a 12, we have Casimir with a 16, Rhaegar 20, and Ryan with a 12. Alright. So, in the case of Freya, however, I think you cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can cast with advantage, I think.
You can, yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Marelli.
Okay. Sorry. Internet went crazy.
Okay. So,
Sorry, my bad. If I would have been already frightened or charmed, I would
That's
have
right.
cast with advantage. Sorry.
The creature attacking will have disadvantage on attack rolls.
okay, no worries, I'll take the first roll anyways. So we're sticking with your 12. So Freya and Ryan, you suddenly feel a cold, crushing weight in your thoughts, like invisible chains wrapping around your mind. The shadows at the edges of your vision seem to crawl across the wall, the floor, the ceiling, everything jagged, everything flicking. And while you don't hear whispers, you still are consumed by fear. Every heartbeat feels slowed. Each breath, you feel it forced. So, you are under the condition of fear at the moment, you too. Okay?
Okay.
I don't think I can be.
No?
Creatures of those type have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be possessed by or gain the charmed or frightened condition. From them.
Hey, nice one, Freya. Okay, so
you.
Do I have that? That wisdom kienet dibu. Okay. So feared.
yes, you have the condition of fear on you. So, for sake of our
Frightened.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So, for the sake of mechanics, frightened means the following. The frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of its fear is still within the line of sight. The creature cannot willingly move closer to the source that it's afraid of. Okay? So, this is
Hello.
a condition. Hello? Can you hear me? Did everyone just die?
Hello.
No, I can hear
Yes,
you.
yes.
I can hear you all.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Connection issues. Gotta love it. Internet tonight is a
So
bit...
il-ħaqt li jena frightened. What else?
So I was describing the condition. Yeah?
yeah, okay, sorry.
So the condition of frightened is that the creature has disadvantage on ability and attack rolls, while the source of fear is in the line of sight. The creature cannot willingly move closer to the source it's afraid of. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sorry, I was drinking.
Okay.
What is the source? So it's the big monster.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That huge
Okay.
thing. All right.
Ġildu.
And this is where we should initiate combat, but given the time, we will give it a cliffhanger close here. So for next week's session, everyone, prepare your stats, your blocks, and everything for the combat phase. We're getting into a fight.
Yay!
Yay.
I've been-
Run quite a while.
My-
I've been
My
saying we need a
barbarian soul has
fight.
been fight hungry for a while.
Lallu ballu. We haven't had a proper fight. I don't know since when. Like a proper fight with multiple enemies.
I
Inna
mean,
naqra.
you're looking at
Not wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 enemies. So
Seven.
And we are only 4. Dun, dun, dun.
Memora. Okay.
yes, there are 2 on the very back. So
So,
we're gonna have fun next session.
Forsi joħroġ xi ħadd ġdid mill-mines ikollna player ieħor issa.
Mhm.
Hint, hint at Darton.
Mela,
Please help.
mela.
Għandek ideja x'ħatagħmel, x'ħatuża, jew x'ħatikrea?
Il-Wizards of Post tal-Baldur's Gate 3. Mfeċ ismu eżatt.
He's gonna play as Gale.
Konna ġiex wizards.
Mamma mia l-internet.
Yeah, tonight
Wizards
is something.
Il-Discord imma jew l-internet tagħkom?
For me, it's
Jinnaf.
I don't know. For me, it's the bars keep dropping, spiking. Like the ping is crazy. But
Let me stop streaming.
yeah. So guys, the session ends here for today. Collectively, you will all get 150 XP each for progressing the story.
Bil-ħaq l-aħħar darba għamiltawm ta' Rhaegar l-XP.
Iva, għax I watched the recording ta'
All right.
Thank you.
Sweet. All right, guys, that will end the session for today. As always, any feedback you guys want to give, comments, anything at all to help the session be better?
No, not from me.
I
I'm
was just going to
always
mention
good.
we need a couple of fights, that's all. But we're going to get one.
Got to get an overdose now.
Uh,
Awesome as always.
Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. Darton, how do you feel about the session?
It was interesting. I learned a lot about D&D. Basically, there is a lot of teamwork involved in it.
Mhm.
And maybe next session I will hop in as well.
The word maybe.
لا let's go دي let's go.
Nice.
Epic.
Awesome. All right, guys. If that is all, I will love you and leave you. Have a good night. Until next week, my dear players.
You are.
Good
To the week.
night.
Good night,
Good night.
guys.
Ciao, ciao, good night.
Thank you so